Hello students, let's solve the remaining part of May-June 2018 Mathematics O-Level Paper 2 Variant 2. So the question is, we have a cone has a height 9.5 centimeter and volume 115. Show that radius of the base of cone is 3.4 centimeter, correct to one decimal place. So we will use the formula of volume. We know the volume of cone is also given here, but it's better to learn this formula. So 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 115. So as height is 9.5, so it will become 1 by 3 pi r square times 9.5 is equal to 115. Further, it will become r square is equal to 115 multiplied by 3 over pi multiplied by 9.5, and when we'll take square root of this whole value we will get r. So let me calculate this. 115 multiplied by 3 over pi multiplied by 9.5, and it comes out 3.399. So up to one decimal place it will be 3.4 centimeter, the correct option. Next part, calculate the curved surface area of the cone. The formula of curved surface area is pi RL. So again, pi times 3.4 times L. So L is not given right now. L is basically slant height. Now, if you look at cross section of this cone, this is L. This is vertical height, which is 9.5, and the radius here is 3.4. So slant height, vertical height, and radius, they are making up a right angle triangle. By using Pythagoras in this, we get L is equal to square root of 9.5 square plus 3.4 square, and we get 9.5 square plus 3.4 square. It's 10.09, so we can round it off to 10. So L is equal to approximately 10 centimeter. So let's put 10 in place of L and we get 34 pi. It's 106.8, or we can round off to 107 centimeters square. Okay. Why you might think that why 106.8 is not better answer than 107. I chose 107 because if we look at the significant figure in this question, the information is given maximum up to 3 significant figures. So that's why we try to show the answer also in terms of the same significant figures. That's why I chose 107. So I suggest you should also choose that. It's a good practice for higher studies. Okay, next question. Complete the table first for this function. So when we put minus 1 in place of x, for the first value we get minus 1 square over 2 minus 3 times minus 1 plus 2. And let me calculate this. It becomes 1 over 2 plus 3 plus 2, and it is 5.5. Similarly, if I put 7 in place of x, let me see what do we get. 49 divided by 2 minus 21 plus 2. Again we got 5.5. Let's plot these values. Against minus 1 we have 5.5, so here is 5.5 opposite to minus 1. Then when the value of x is 0, y comes out as 2. That's the point. Now when it is 1, y is negative of 0.5, so it will be approximately here. So when it is 2, it is minus 2. On 3, it's negative of 2.5. So here is minus 2.5. Then on 4, it is minus 2. It's curving upwards. When 4, it's negative of 0.5. When it's 5, it's negative of 0 0.5, it's here. And on 6, it is 2. So here we have the point. And on 7, it is 5.5. That's 5.5. Fine. So we have to draw the graph. Let's join all of these points with a smooth curve. So that's the curve. Now, the question is, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at x is equal to 1.5. So let's draw a tangent at x is equal to 1.5. Where can we find x as 1.5? This is the value of x 1.5. It meets the graph over here. Let me change the color of this part. So in paper you have to do all of this working by calculator, pencil. So 1.5 is here. Let me draw a tangent over here. You know, tangent is that line which cuts a graph only at one point. So that's a tangent. Now we have to find out the gradient of this tangent. So we can take any 2 points on this tangent, or by making a triangle using rise over run technique, you can find out gradient here. And these are the points. So this vertical height is from -2 till almost 0.9. So -2, this height is basically 2.9. And this horizontal distance is from 2 till 0. So this horizontal distance is 2. So its gradient will be negative 2.9 over 2. Since line is going downwards, that's why gradient will be negative. 2.9 divided by 2. It's 1.45. So that's the gradient. The next part now. Complete these inequalities to describe the range of values of x where y is greater than or equal to 0. Means in which range is y greater than or equal to 0, or you can say y is positive. So we can see y is becoming positive from this point because it is going above x-axis. When the graph goes above x-axis, you know y is positive always. And from this range also, y is positive. Let me give a different color to it. So from this point here and from this point, we have y is rising. So it's almost 5.2 and it's 0.8. So x is less than or equal to 0.8 and x is greater than or equal to 5.2. This is the range on which y is rising. Now, E part, on the same grid, draw the line 4y plus 3x is equal to 12. So in order to draw a line, let's find out intercepts of this line. If I put x is equal to 0 in this equation, I get y is equal to 3. So the point 0, 3 comes out. Similarly, if I put y as 0, we get x as 4. So 4, 0 is another intercept. 0, 3 is y-intercept and 4 is x-intercept. Let's make dots here. 3, it is y-intercept and 4 is the x-intercept. Let's join these points now. Right. The tangent also got erased. Let me draw this tangent again. Okay. So the next part, the graph of the line is drawn. So the next part says the x coordinate of the points of intersection of this line and the curve are solutions of this equation. Find the value of a and the value of b. So a function is given to us initially, which is y is equal to x square by 2 minus 3x plus 2. And another function is 4y plus 3x is equal to 12. Let's make y the subject of this as well. So it becomes 4y is equal to 12 minus 3x. And y is equal to 12 minus 3x divided by 4. Let's equate both of these expressions, means put them equal. So we get x squared by 2 minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 12 minus 3x over 4. Now if I multiply this 4 to this side, 4 will be multiplied with every term, and eventually we will have 2x square minus 12x plus 8 is equal to 12 minus 3x. Shift these two terms to the left side. We have 2x square minus 12x plus 8 plus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. And further simplifying, we have 2x square minus 9x minus 4 is equal to 0. So if we compare this equation with the given one, we see the value with x is a here and it is minus 9 here. So a is equal to minus 9 and the constant number is minus 4. So b is basically minus 4. That's the answer. The next question. A yacht sails the triangular route shown. The bearing of B from A is 135 and the lengths are given. Length BC is 3.7, AC is 2.8 km. This angle is 42. Show that CAB is 62.2. CAB means this angle. You have to find it out. You know, when two sides are given and one angle is also given, we can easily use sine rule. Right. So let's use sine rule. It becomes 3.7 over sine x is equal to 2.8 over sine 42. Cross multiplying, we get sine x is equal to 3.7 multiplied with sine 42 over 2.8 and x is equal to sine inverse of 3.7 times sine 42 over 2.8, and solving it on calculator we get it is 62.15, so definitely rounded off to become 62.2 degrees. The next part, find the bearing of A from C. Bearing of A from C. So we will make up a north at C, point C. So this angle will be the bearing of A from C. Let's find out this angle. So, you know, by alternate angles, if I extend this north line downwards, this angle, let's say this angle is y. By alternate angle property, this angle will be equal to this one. And we know that this angle is clearly 180 minus 135 means 45 degrees. This is 45, so this part will be, as this whole angle is 62.2, so this y angle should be 62.2 minus 45, right? So it is almost 17.2. So this y is 17.2. So the bearing is also 17.2. You can do this working over here. So this is the bearing 17.2 or 0.17.2, both ways it's fine. C part, the yard sales from A to B to C to A means the whole triangular track. Calculate the total length of the route. So in order to find out, we just have to sum up all the lengths, but we don't know this length yet. This can be easily found by sine rule or cosine rule, and because we know almost all of the values, this angle can be easily found by subtracting 42 and 62.2 from 180. So it is 75.8. This angle is 75.8. Let's apply cosine rule. So it will be if I apply cosine rule, it will be let me see it. C is equal to 2.8 square plus, so this length C will be equal to square root 2.8 square plus 3.7 square, I guess, yeah, minus 2 times 2.8 times 3.7 cos of the angle we just found, 75.8, and it will become 4.05, we can make it 4 as well, kilometers. So length of route, total length of route will be the sum of all of these routes. Length of route 2.8 plus 3.7 plus 4, and that becomes 10.5 kilometers, right? The next question, OYC is a triangle. A is a point on OY, okay, and B is a point on CY. AB is parallel to OC. AC and OB intersect at X, is point X. Prove triangle ABX is similar to triangle COX. ABX, this one, and COX, this one. We have to prove them similar. So in order to prove similarity, we can prove only two angles. If they are equal, then third angle will also be equal and triangles will be similar. And we can see clearly that angle ABX is equal to angle COX, right? First statement, these angles are alternate. Fine. Then similarly, this angle CAB is equal to angle CAB is equal to ACO. These are also alternate angles. The same reason. Since the question is of 3 marks, so let's give a third statement as well. So angle OXC is equal to BXA. These are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Since three angles are same, therefore triangle ABX is similar to triangle COX. AA property by AA test, similarity test. The next part related to the same question, OA is equal to 3A and OC is equal to 6C. CB ratio BY is 1:2. Find as simply as possible in terms of A and C. So we will need to do working. Let me see the triangle as well. They say OA is equal to 3A this OA, and OC is equal to 6C. This is 6C, and CB ratio BY is 1:2. It's 1, and this is 2. We have to find out AB. This is AB here. We have to find this out. Since the triangles are similar, also we know that triangle YAB and YOC, the triangles are similar. Means we know that triangle YAB is similar to triangle YOC, and in similar triangles the ratios of each corresponding side is same. So you know that YC over YB here is basically 3/2. So OC and AB will also be equal to 3/2. Means OC, which is actually 6C, is in ratio it is equal to 3. Right? So, and AB is basically 2. In ratio it is 2. So by doing cross multiplication we can see that AB is basically equal to 12C by 3, which is 4C. Right? So AB is equal to 12C by 3 means 4C. Next part is CY. CY is full length. So in order to find out CY, we need to find out, now look, it is 4C. In order to find out CY, we need to find out actual length of CB. So what do we see? That CB is basically equal to CO plus OA plus AB by vector, using vectors. So CO is basically minus 6C plus 3A, and then AB is 4C. It becomes 3A minus 2C. This is CB. This is 3A minus 2C, and it is represented by 1 in ratio. We have to find out CY, which is, we have to find out CY in ratio which is 3. So since the value which is 1 is basically 3A minus 2C, so the value which is 3, so it is 3 times of it, so that will be 9A minus 6C. 9A minus 6C means 3 times of CB. So CY is 9A minus 6C. Right? Or you can write 3 times of 3A minus 2C. Both answers are fine. Now C part, find in its simplest form the ratio OX ratio XB. OX ratio XB. This is OX and XB. Since these two triangles AXB and OXC are also similar, so OX ratio XB will definitely be equal to 6C ratio 4C. By simplifying it becomes 3:2. Second part, we have to find out ratio of area of triangle COX and ABX. COX, this one, and again use the similarity of areas. We know that A1 over A2 is equal to L1 over L2 square. So that definitely will be 3/2 square, which will be 9:4. Third part, area of triangle AYB to the area of trapezium OABC. AYB is this triangle and the trapezium is the lower one. So we will find out OYC, AYB and OYC. So from OYC we will subtract area of AYB. So from similarity, since the ratio is 1:3, triangle AYB over triangle OYC, it is basically uh, A by B 2:3. So it is 2 by 3 square, since it is L1 L2 square, so it is 4 by 9. So 9 is the area of whole triangle. By subtracting it, 9 is the area of this full triangle OYC. By subtracting 4 from it, we will get area of trapezium, and then it will be 5. So 4:5 is the answer. Right? The next question. On Monday, Ravi goes on a 20-kilometer run. His average speed for 12 km is x km per hour. Write down expression in terms of x for the time taken for the first 12 km. So time, time is distance over speed. So this expression will clearly becomes 12 over x. But we have to give answer in minutes. So it will be multiplied by 60. So 12 by 60x, or 1 by 5x, because 12 5 is 60. That's the expression. So the next part, his average speed for the final 8-kilometer run is 1.5 km per hour, slower than the first 12 km, means x minus 1.5 km per hour is the speed for this part. Write an expression in terms of x for the time taken for final 8 km, again in minutes. So for final 8 km, it will be 8 by x minus 1.5 is the speed multiplied with 60. Simplification, we can get, let's simplify on 4 2 times and 4 15 so 2 over x minus 1.5 times 15. Ravi takes 110 minutes to complete the full sorry, there was a mistake. Basically, this 60 should be multiplied with the whole value. Yeah. Since the time is in minutes, so it will be 12 over x multiplied by 60 here. The time will be in hours, and in the same way here, it will be 8 over x minus 1.5 multiplied by 60. So we get this one as 720 over x, and this one as 480 over x minus 1.5. He takes 110 minutes to complete the full 20 km. Found an equation, and so the sum of these times is basically 110. So let's make up the equation. 720 over x plus 48 over x minus 1.5 is equal to 110. Let's solve this equation. So x times x minus 1.5 is equal to 720 bracket x minus 1.5 plus 48x is equal to 110. So it becomes 720x minus 1.5 multiplied by 720, it is 1080 plus 48x is equal to 110x bracket x minus 1.5. So here we have 720 plus 48 becomes 768 x minus 1080, multiply 110 inside bracket, it becomes 110x square minus, it is 165x. Let's bring the like terms together. So we have 110x square minus 165x minus 768 x plus 1080 is equal to 80 is equal to 0. Now since we have to make it 22, so let's simplify them further. 110x square minus 933x plus 1080 is equal to 0, we can see clearly that 5 is 110. Yeah, it is 480 basically. So it is 480, 480x. Sorry, my mistake. So this is not 768, 720 plus 480, 1200. It is 1200. So 1200x. So it is here 1200x. And we have 1365. Okay, let's divide all of these values by 5. We have, like, if I take 5 as common, it is 22x square minus 273x, and 1080 divided by 5 is 216 equal to 0. 5 divided on both sides, we get our required equation. 22x square minus 273 plus 216 is equal to 0. Now you have to solve this equation by using quadratic formula. So it is x is equal to minus 273 plus minus 273 square minus 4 times 22 times 216 over 2a, so 2 into 22. Solving it, we can solve it directly on calculator as well if you have equation, but you will have to show at least this step of working. So it is 22. Let me solve it on calculator. So I get 0.85 as one solution and 11.56 or 11.6 as another solution. B part, on Friday Ravi ran the whole 20 km at the same average speed that he ran the final 8 km on Monday. At the same average speed that he ran the final 8 km means x minus 1.5 they are talking about. Calculate time Ravi took to run 20 km on Friday. Give your answer in hours and minutes correct to the nearest minutes. So the expression becomes the whole distance is basically 20. So 20 over x minus 1.5. We will use value of x as 11.6 because the 0.85 answer cannot be taken, it will make a negative value. So it will become 20 over 11.6 minus 1.5, and we have 11.6 minus 1.5, it's 1.98 hours. So basically 1 hour complete, and 0.98 multiplied by 60 gives 58.8 minutes. So we can round it off to 59 minutes. That's the time. Next question. A is the point minus 4, minus 1, B is the point 2, 2, and BC vector is this. Find the coordinate of midpoint of AB. We know that midpoint is found by using this formula, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So it becomes minus 4 plus 2 over 2 and minus 1 plus 2 over 2. So it becomes minus 1, 1 by 2. Find the gradient of AB. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's find it out. 2 plus 1, it becomes over 2 plus 4. 3 by 6, which is 1 by 2. Show that BC is perpendicular to AB. So gradient of AB is found, it is 1 by 2. Gradient of BC, in vectors, gradient is always y component over x component. So minus 8 over 4, it is minus 2. If we multiply both the gradients, 1 by 2 times minus 2, we get minus 1. This is the condition for perpendicular lines, that product of their gradient should be minus 1. So the next part, ABCD is a rectangle, find the coordinates of point D. So ABCD, we can form a rectangle, ABCD. So let's assume D, the coordinates of D are x and y. The coordinates of A are minus 4, minus 1. The coordinates of B are 2, 2. C is not given, we can find out C. You know that BC is equal to basically C minus B. So C is equal to BC plus B. It will become 4 minus 8 plus point B means 2, 2. So it will be 6 minus 6. So 6 minus, this is not coordinates of D. So coordinates of point C are 6 minus 6. So from here you can find out coordinates of D by using gradient as well. The gradient of AB is equal to gradient of DC, and gradient of BC is equal to gradient of AD. So by using formula of gradient, find out, and I suggest you can do it yourself. Next you have to calculate the perimeter of rectangle ABCD. So in order to find out perimeter, we need to find out lengths by using distance formula. And this is distance formula, square root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Find out all the distances AB, BC, CD and AD, and then add up all them. You will get your required distance or perimeter, right? So that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any question, you feel free to ask.